sooner or later it seems that everybody gets in touch with sustainability and ecology matters. Let's ask an expert. With me there's Malin Hapugoda, Managing Director of Sri Lankan-based hotel chain Aitken Spence. Welcome to the ITB, Mr. Hapugoda. Malin Hapugoda, this at your back there's a sustainable hotel. What in particular makes it sustainable?
To start with, I just want to say a few words of our company. We are a company based in Sri Lanka with 27 hotels in Maldives, India and Oman. In Sri Lanka we have 9 hotels, and we are very, very conscious that all our products should be sustainable.
And this one is?
And this hotel is in the cultural triangle of Sri Lanka. It's a 160-room hotel built 25 years ago, and it's recognized and has won many awards as one of the most sustainable hotels, or not only in Sri Lanka, in the world.
And what makes the difference when we look at the structure? What is sustainable? I mean, I see a lot of green things on the roofs. Is that just for fun?
No, that's for visuality, but sustainable. I mean, all the waste in the hotel are segregated, separated at the source, and not a single piece of waste goes as waste. They are recycled. Even the water bottles we ensure are recycled, in the sense that they are made into pellets, and we ensure that they go back to a source where they reuse those pellets into other subjects. So it's renewable. That's just a part of it. This hotel was certified LEEDs way back over 20 years ago, and it was the first hotel in the world to be recognized or to be certified by LEEDs before any other hotel was certified.
So it was designed for ecological standards.
Even design, if you see, this hotel is all on stilts, where the water, rainwater from the hill behind, is allowed to seep through the hotel, under the hotel, into the lake in front. From that time onwards, it's this thing. For example, all the hot water in this hotel is produced not by using fuel, but through a gasifier which is fed by biomass, renewable biomass. And the saving we do is in millions of rupees for a year by not using fuel, and also we reduce the carbon footprint of the hotel by using renewable energy, and it's a much better fuel than using normal fuel.
When did you set up this technology?
This technology, we set it up about 7 years ago.
And when will you reach your return on investment?
We have already reached our return on investment on the product.
Ah, okay. Where does the technique come from?
Technique is universal, but we bought the machinery from India, which was the cheapest and the closest to us.
Concerning energy costs, do you have air conditioning, for example? I guess you must have something like that.
We have air conditioning, but we have replaced all the air conditioning in all our hotels, including this one, to the most efficient air conditioners, where it steps down to about 10%. And also, they are all screw-type chillers, which are the most efficient air conditioning chillers in the world. So thereby, we reduce the consumption of electricity to the minimum.
So if we compare energy costs to a usual 5-star hotel in Sri Lanka, what is the difference? What is the percentage gain?
I mean, we as a company and a resort company, we are very, very conscious of consumption of electricity. One is to save costs. The other one is to, be more responsible in our actions. One of our hotels, which is called Heritage Ahungala, was certified ISO 50001 about 5 months ago, and we are the first resort hotel in the world to be recognized ISO 50001, which is a certification and a standard for energy conservation.
Well, congratulations. In Sri Lanka, when did the idea of sustainable hotel and tourism start?
I'm proud to say that actually we started with this hotel because it was necessary for us to be seen as a sustainable product, especially because this is in a very vulnerable area. We have about 250 acres of jungle which we bought to preserve as a jungle, and also it's quite we are also very conscious that there's a lake in front of the hotel which is a water source for all agricultural purposes in that area. So because of that, we adopted various practices of sustainable and responsible tourism and has won many awards for that, all over from all over the world.
Traditionally, eco-tourists are looked at as nut eaters who just take a shower once a week. Is that true with your clients, with your customers?
No, it's not true, but even water consumption. We regulate the water consumption in our hotel, especially in the bedrooms, where we have adopted certain practices where we use the minimum water, and also we educate all our guests in the usage of water and electricity, and get them also, we get them to buy into our philosophy of sustainability, and most guests we find are very cooperative and they appreciate what we are doing.
Okay. Do you think this concept of educating people not to waste energy and water could be expanded to the market in general?
I think if you do it genuinely, and if the guest sees that you are doing it genuinely to save power or save water, things like that, they will cooperate. But I find in the world there are many hotels who put various notices in the bathroom, but you don't see that they are practicing what they're saying. It looks as if it's more for profit than for anything else. But we find that when the guests really see that the philosophy of that hotel is to conserve energy and water, they participate, and they are very they encourage us as well.
Okay, can you explain or give examples what don'ts there are for your customers? Do they have to turn off electricity after 10 o'clock in the evening, for example?
No, I mean, we have the normal precautions like the energy card. When they go out, electricity goes off.
As usual.
Yeah. But we educate them, and also, for example, in a bar, we have a huge bar in this hotel. By 10 o'clock, if the guests are in one area, the guests themselves see that the staff goes and off the lights in the other areas. So we have found that when the guests see this, when some of the guests, when they are going out last, they themselves off the lights in the area that they were sitting. Because when they see that the philosophy is being practiced genuinely, they like to get involved themselves.
Usually when creating sustainable tourism, there was the idea of a niche market, maybe to help oneself a little bit in diversifying one's product. What do you think about that? Is this to an end?
It's becoming a marketing advantage now. But when we started, there was no real marketing edge at that time. We started because we felt genuinely that we should be sustainable and responsible in what we do. But now, because of what we have achieved over the years, it has become a marketing tool, and also we are proudly presenting all our achievements in our web pages, when we meet with tour operators and things. So it has now become a marketing tool, especially for long-haul guests, because some of them feel conscious that they are adding to the carbon footprint by flying so long in a fuel. So when they come in, when they know they are going into a hotel which is conscious of the carbon footprint of that hotel, they feel that much better, you know. At least they are offsetting certain amount by going into our hotels.
How many repeaters do you have in general?
Oh, a lot. About 20-25% are repeaters.
I guess the people are staying longer than they do in ordinary hotels.
In Sri Lanka, the average stay is about 10 nights. Our beach hotels, our average stay is about 12 nights. Our round trip hotels or cultural triangle is much less. It's about 3-4 nights.
I guess you yourself had to learn things when starting ecotourism. Can you give us one or two examples? What did you maybe misunderstand with your customers in starting?
It was always a trial and error game for us. And now I think we are very happy to say that we have mastered most of the areas, but there's still more to learn. For example, as I said that for hot water in this hotel we use a gasifier. Recently, together with another NGO in Germany called Atmosphere, we have started a scheme where we are getting the villages around the hotel to grow a plant called Glyceria, which is being used as a biomass, where we have given them assistance and we encourage them to grow it and we buy it off them. So in that respect, I think it's also a very good thing. Like that, we are learning a lot of other areas.
Okay. As many people doing eco things, I guess you'd love to spread your idea over the whole world. Don't you feel that there might be too much competition when everybody does sustainable tourism?
Sri Lanka is a very small country and it's quite densely populated. So we feel, and I personally feel, that growth of Sri Lanka tourism needs to be sustainable. Otherwise, we might kill the product that we have to sell. So in that respect, if Sri Lanka, most hotels become sustainable, responsible, I think it's good for the country. And if more and more people start coming to the country because we have a sustainable product, I'm sure we all are going to benefit, so are we.
So it now pays back after 20 years of hard work.
Yeah,
I guess in the first days your colleagues from Sri Lanka, hotel managers, did laugh about your idea.
Yeah, they were skeptic of what we were doing, but we nevertheless went on doing what we set out to do, and we are very, very happy that we have achieved that.
Do you counsel associate managers? I mean,
yeah,
partners?
we also participate in seminars, trying to encourage other hoteliers as well to become sustainable. For example, we have a very unique Ayurveda hotel on the beach in Sri Lanka, where most of the cooking gas is from biogas using waste. And then we have solar panels where all the street light or the garden lighting is done by the solar panel electricity. So like that, most of our hotels, not only this one, have become sustainable in different ways, suitable to the location and the property.
What about your staff's wages? Are they sustainable too?
Staff wages we always increase our staff wages depending on the inflation that prevails, and also 10% of all the revenue of the hotel is distributed among the staff monthly. It's called service charge. So in addition to their salaries, they get a percentage, 10% of the revenue distributed among themselves.
As an extra bonus.
Extra bonus.
I guess your people love you.
Yeah, also not only the guests, as I said, we also encourage and we educate our staff on the essence of sustainability and the practices we are adopting. And we find that they also, once they know exactly why we are doing it, for better profits, one thing, to be sustainable and being a responsible member of the tourism product in Sri Lanka, they go out of their way even to bring out ideas to how we could do better. So we always encourage that, and we always have a dialogue with the staff in these areas.
Imagine I was a hotelier running a city hotel of a small size, let's say 30 rooms. Could I turn this also into a sustainable property with your standards?
It's very difficult. For a city hotel, they can do various things, but to do to the extent that we are doing will be extremely difficult because of the location and the way the hotel is operated. But they can reduce electricity to the maximum, water, and even laundering of linen, things like that. But they can practice to a certain extent, but not to the extent that we are able to practice.
Any further future plans, more expansion?
Yeah, we are building another 200-room hotel on the beach and another 180-room hotel on the beach in Sri Lanka. And also we are constantly upgrading our properties. And we have just finished a very, very state-of-the-art conference center in this hotel. On top, where you have an excellent view of the lake and the jungles around it. So we are always looking to improve, and also we, as you said, we have 6 resorts and 4 islands in the Maldives. And there also we are adopting various sustainable practices. And
look at the structure. It looks as if you let the flowers, let the plants just grow as they like. So will there be a day when there's no more view of the hotel?
No, actually, this is the old photograph. If you see it now, it is more plants coming down. And also you see that all the plants that are growing around it and on top of the hotel are plants of the area. We did not bring any plants from outside. It's all the plants in that area that is growing. And this thing is to make it as much as possible be part of the location and the jungle. So that's why the architect's idea of allowing these plants to grow.
And what about insects? Do you have to stand mosquitoes in order for the
sake
of sustainability?
No, there are no mosquitoes, but we have a whole heap of monkeys in this hotel. I mean,
I guess they are hired, right?
No, they're not hired. They are they are monkeys from the jungle. Actually, we have gone to their area and taken their land, so we allow them to grow and be with us.
Live in peace with your environment.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the interview. We wish you a sustainable ITB and all the best for your future.
Thank you very much. It was most interesting.